You know, I always believe that it is people that make communities. It is people that make neighborhoods. And frankly, it is people that make downtown. And the key component to our efforts downtown is to bring people back to downtown. In the 50s and the 40s and the 30s, you know, our downtown was an active, vibrant place. We had some 30,000 people living in our downtown. Then it declined over the years as our city grew and expanded and sprawled. They began leaving our downtown. We had no real great zoning practices or development practices to retain them. And so by 2000, 2002, in that range, there was about 3,500 or so people that lived in our downtown. And so we focused on bringing people back. And to do that, we had to develop housing. And we put forth a plan, and that plan has been extraordinarily successful. You know, I said back then, in 2002, I didn't know what we could really do, but I'm the kind of guy I like to shoot for the stars, and maybe we'll settle for the moon. I said we're going to build 10,000 housing units in 2002. By 2012, 10,000 housing units. Well, we didn't make it, and we're probably not going to make it. But you know what? We hit the moon, maybe even higher than the moon, because we have some 5,000, over 5,000 housing units built or in process or under construction in downtown Columbus. And that has resulted in thousands and thousands more people coming down. Those are just the units. The number of people have increased beyond that. And so, and it's improving every day, every month. And when people live downtown, they want to buy things. There's demand for retail, there's demand for activities, there's demand for entertainment. There's all these new demands that did not exist prior to then. So housing was a focal point and will continue to be a focal point as we move into the future. We'll talk more about that later. But Michael DeSantis has been a great partner to the city of Columbus. They have been responsible for building a lifestyle community downtown, and I pass it daily and watch every brick being put into that building. And I toured it and taken people through it with and without your permission, often to show them how wonderful a place our downtown is and the good work that you're doing. So I want to now toss it over to Michael and tell us about our downtown housing and our challenges and all the opportunities that exist.
Sure. Well, thank you. I feel like I'm a recipient of the plan. And my story is simple. Downtown housing works. There is a significant market at various price points downtown that have been underserved. And I remember when I went and met with Guy Worley and the mayor probably about 2 years ago, right after we had moved our offices downtown, and said, I have abundance of people in the suburbs that we develop, and these people all want to live downtown, and they're young people, they're 28 years old, they work in the suburbs, but they want to live downtown. And I remember in the financial crisis of 2008, we broke ground on this project, and 18 months later, we have people living there. We have people that we have a list of people waiting for units to be finished. We took 2 vacant parking lots. Our challenge was, how do we build affordable housing and not build parking structures and really put front doors down on the sidewalks? We looked at so many neighborhoods across some of the greatest cities in America, and we felt that putting those front doors down on the sidewalk was what Columbus really needed, and it's been a huge success. It couldn't have happened without the public-private partnership. That project would not have happened without the City of Columbus and CDDC working together with us on the streetscape and the infrastructure. I think some of the opportunities downtown there are an abundance of parking lots, and there are resources. There are people that want to work with you to develop housing, and the reality of it is there is a very strong market. We will continue to look to develop downtown. There are young people that want to live downtown. They're convinced it's where they want to be. We need the biggest thing that we could see happen, the biggest success was that our project would be contagious and other developers would want to replicate it in downtown. And I think you'll see some low rise, you'll see mid rise, and you'll see more high rises because there is a strong market. I think some of the challenges are you have to figure out how to do business a little bit differently. How you build and and how you work in an urban setting when you've got cars driving by 10 feet from bricks going up every day and pedestrians walking down sidewalks. It's different. It was a different challenge for us in terms of how we build the product and getting our contractors into downtown. But it's been a tremendous project. And I think the biggest takeaway for me was really the demographic shift in the people. The young people today, downtown is where they want to be. So I think we're really at a tipping point. I mean, I think this last 8 years, we've really tipped the ship on downtown housing and the demand, and it's working.
Mayor, you want to tell us about any other projects in downtown?
Yeah, it's for young people, but it's also for people like me. All of us up here. We want to see young professionals move downtown, but I see a lot of empty nesters moving down as well. You know, and and it takes a little faith, a little hope, but a whole lot of work by developers like you, Michael, and I appreciate what you're doing. There's some great developments like Flats on Vine. Flats on Vine is going to be another new exciting apartment/condominium area that is currently under construction in one of the greatest districts in the country, the Arena District. 232 units, 165 one-bedroom units, 67 two-bedroom units on Vine and Neal. This used to be property that the city owned, and we held it for a long time. We said, you know what, we've been holding this property, let's do something with it. Now it's being developed. And it'll be rents ranging from $700 on the low side to $1,500 for a two-bedroom unit on the high side, and a lot in between. And the audience is that young professional group, that group of folks that want to attract downtown, to help set up business downtown and develop. And so the final delivery of those units will be in 2010 or early 2011. Another great new apartment complex that will be developed downtown is the apartments at Grand and Gay, right next to CCAD. I'd like to give a shout out to Robert White and Damlier Corporation. There'll be 68 units, 136 beds, Gay and Grant Streets, $760 a month in rent, $1,200 or up to $1,200 for double units. And the audience is, again, students and Columbus State students and CCAD students, Franklin Capital Law students, Grant Hospital employees, and young professionals. And we expect that to open August 1, 2011.